Yo, what is up? Take 3 up in this motherfucker. You know, tried the first time, didn't plug my mic in. The second time I started recording, got a phone call, you know, and it sucked. But here we go, we're going to try this again. I don't know why I did that, it's kind of weird. But anyway, I'm here to review Tokyo Ghoul Chapter 15. And in this chapter, I got a prediction hypothesis. Urie is going to die a fucking brutal death. Not before he avenges his father, but, you know, that's just what I got from this chapter. Anyway, I'll get to that later on in the video. Let's start from the beginning, the other part. The beginning, the middle, and the end. And then I will get into that. So when you start the chapter off, Edo is asking Ayato to be a bodyguard at the auction. And, like, he's going to be a bodyguard for Madam, pretty much. And his team is going to consist of him, Naki, which is the guy that was Jason's right-hand man with the blonde hair that Tsukiyama fought, and Misa. Now, I don't know who Misa is. I might have missed it. I might forget. I don't know. I don't know if Misa's been introduced yet. If she has, let me know in the comments below. And he tells him, if Floppy shows up, finish him. Ayato says, okay, whatever. And then he's thinking, wait, I thought you guys already did that. So, we don't know who Floppy is. Floppy is a new ghoul, but we don't know who he is. But I've got a theory on that, and I'll mention that at the end of the video. Ayato goes back to his hotel, I suppose you call it, and Hinahami is sitting around all these radios, listening. Hold on 1 second. Hello? What? What? Alright. Yes, I can do that. I can do that. Oh, Jesus. Alright, I'll just go ahead and do that then. Alright. Bye. Sorry about that. Second time, I ain't doing another take. Fuck it. Fuck it. Anyway, she's surrounded by all these radios, Hinami is, and she's listening to every one of them, and we find out she can separate sounds from multiple radio stations all at once, which is very impressive. I don't know why nobody else is talking about this that reviews the series. But she finds out from listening to all the radios at once that the Doves are also concerned about Floppy. Once again, I'll get into that later in the video. And the Ayato, he asks Hinami, be my ears at the auction, and she says, alright. So, smart move by Ayato, he's a smart man. And I guess I don't know, Saki, is that what his name is? He's going to be going with Ayato and them. And he's thinking about his unsatisfiable hunger. And as he's thinking about it, he's thinking about Mutsuki. And it's Mutsuki, it looks like Mutsuki, and it's confirmed it's Mutsuki because he says her first name, or his first name, whatever he is. Yeah, and it's just weird. I'm sure we'll get more detail into that later on. But after that, we see Kaneki, or Sasaki, what do you want to call him? He's training Mitsuki, Shirazu, and Psycho. Psycho's not even attacking. She's just laying on the ground, saying, I'm dead. I'm dead. I thought that was funny. Yeah, he's training them, and he's pretty much whooping their asses easily, which is not a surprise. It's Kaneki. He's a double S class ghoul. And then we get to the last part of the chapter, which is Kane. He's killing somebody. I don't know who it is. It's just a random fodder human. He's killing them, and he's thinking, if Sasuke Hasei, or whatever his last name's pronounced, is Kaneki, then he wants him to die without Tsukiyama knowing. And that's because Tsukiyama is so fixated on Kaneki that he doesn't want to eat anything else but Kaneki. Or he's so depressed. Either he's so depressed that he can't eat Kaneki, or 2, he's depressed because Kaneki's dead and he actually seen him as a friend. I don't know which one to go for. I'm going to go with the first. I think he wants to eat him. But the second's a possibility too. Tsukiyama's had some pretty good character development. You know, he followed Kaneki quite loyally. But he did do some shady shit, so I'm not going to lie about that one. So Kane pretty much says, I want you to die without Tsukiyama knowing, and if I have to, it'll be by my hands. And then we find out Kane at the end, he says, I'm going to go to the auction. So yeah, pretty much this chapter has pretty much been a build-up and setup for the auction, which I'm very excited to see all these big names going, from Aogiri Tree, Tatras, CCG, and just other ghouls in general. It's going to be interesting. I'm really looking forward to it. Now let's get on to the main meat and bones of this chapter. Urie. Urie, we see him, he's smelling something in a tube after his surgery. And he's like, well, nothing's changed. But then again, haven't used my Quinque or Kagune yet. And keep in mind, this hasn't been too long after the surgery, so I wouldn't judge his smell or taste just because of that. It could change. But we also find out when he took that, his RC cells spiked immensely, but they slowly went back down to 900. So he's still human for now. And we have a flashback how he got the surgery. He did not get Sasuke's permission. Let's make that clear. He did not get Sasuke's permission. He went to director Yoshitoki Washu for permission. And at first he's like, I don't know. And he's asking him, he's like, is this because you want to have revenge on your father? I mean, do you want to avenge your father on the one-eyed owl? One-eyed ghoul, shit. Who is the owl? You know, Urie, pretty much, he's sitting there going, no, I'm doing this for CCG. But that's not true. We know better than that. Urie's doing this to avenge his father. He's doing just to get power. He wants power. Which Kaneki wanted as well. When you see how that turned out in the last series. Yeah, it didn't turn out well for Kaneki. He's still alive, but Urie might not be so lucky. And then Arima comes in, and he mentions, he just says, he goes, hey, about Arata. Arata is Toka and Ayato's father. Why is Arima mentioning Arata at this point in time? I don't know. So it could be a hint that Arata is still alive, even though we could assume from the last series that he was dead, that he died. But from this, we kind of get a hint saying he might be alive. So I don't know about that. We'll see later on in the series. And then we see Arima. He notices Urie, and Washu says, "Hey, Urie wants this surgery." And Arima pretty much says, "Hey, do you know the repercussions of surgery? What could happen to you if it doesn't go right?" Urie says, "Yeah." He says, "Then I see no need to hold him back from it." Now, from that, I don't know what to think of what Arima said. Shit. I don't know what to think of what he said. But at this point, Urie, he's getting really close to becoming a ghoul. From this, yeah, he's just hungry for power. I don't know what else to think about it. I just think Urie is going to suffer a very disgusting death, either at the hands of somebody else, maybe his father's killer, maybe the one-eyed owl, or maybe Kaneki himself once he gets his memories back, or even before that. It's hard to tell. Because if Kaneki gets his memories back and knows who he is, then I can see him, if he has to, just disgustingly kill Urie. Which, I'd like that a lot, but I think that's very not likely going to happen. Urie's going to die another horrible death. And now, into my thoughts on who the floppy ghoul is. Some people are saying it's Kaneki or Sasuke because he has the white and black hair. I don't see that because Kaneki has a bunch of fucking nicknames already. Eye Patch, Centipede. I think that Floppy is Amon. Now, they said in the last series Amon's dead. I don't think Amon's dead. Remember whenever Kaneki was talking to the preacher that raised Amon? And he says, if you want to know the answers to your memories, you have to go to... And we see a black shadowy figure on top of a building. He's missing an arm now. Kaneki took off one of his arms, I believe, when they fought. So, and I think Aogiri Tree took him and made him into the doctor made him into a one-eyed ghoul. I see it happening. Amon is a one-eyed ghoul. I believe it, and I believe they're calling him Floppy, because he used to be a CCG, now he's a ghoul. Flip-flopping. I mean, Kaneki flip-flop too, but he already has a bunch of nicknames. Why would you call him another one? But yeah, I put money that Floppy is a mom. And if he is, and Ayato has to fight him at the auction, which could happen, I think Ayato is going to fight Floppy if he shows up. If they show up, if it isn't Amon. And Kane is going to fight Kaneki, Sasaki, whatever. And that's what I see happening. That's my predictions. I'm really looking forward to the next chapter. I'm really looking forward to the auction to see what's going to happen. So chapter 18 overall, I'm going to give it a good. I'll give it a good. And that's about all for me. So make sure to comment, rate, and subscribe if you want to. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.